It has arrived. My special order multi-grafted pluot from Rain Tree Nursery up in Washington has arrived today. I ordered a 3 variety multi-grafted pluot, but they gave me 4. I guess I'm cool with that. I just wanted 3 varieties that I had to deal with. Now I have 4 varieties I have to keep in balance so that certain varieties, certain branches don't overtake the other ones. A lot of local nursery, I had to special order this because a lot of local nurseries do not stock multi-grafted trees because customers buy them and they don't prune or take care of them properly, and then it just turns into a single variety tree because a dominant variety will take over the entire tree and the other branches will wither or not grow. So you got to keep them all in balance if you want to maintain all the varieties on here. So what varieties did we have here? So we have a Flavor Queen, a Flavor King, a Dapple Dandy, Flavor Supreme. So I got all the flavors: Flavor Grenade, Flavor Supreme, Flavor Queen, and also the Dapple Dandy, which is the one that I really wanted. I didn't ask for a Flavor Queen, but they threw that in anyways. So I'm going to take this, hi baby, I'm going to take this tree now, soak it in this water for about 3 to 6 hours, and then plant this out in the late afternoon. It's a nice warm day. The ground should be nice and warmed up. It is approaching 90 degrees today here in sunny Southern California, Zone 10A. All right, we're going to go switch to the grow site next. All right, this is where I'm going to be planting the pluot tree. It is the former site of a pluot I had. I had one pluot here, I had one pluot there, and they both died on me. So this time I got a multi-grafted pluot because pluots, which is a plum apricot hybrid, they need a pollinator. So you either need to have multiple pluots or you need to have a plum tree as a pollinator. This is the one tree that survived of the original plantings I did. Had the plum tree here, Beauty Plum, had a Flavor Grenade and a Flavor King. And the flavor ones died. The plum tree is still here. The problem is it flowers early. You see, it's already breaking dormancy and flowering. So the flowers appear before it gets a chance to pollinate the other pluots. So that's why I ended up with one multi-grafted pluot. The different varieties on the pluot will pollinate one another. So it's basically a self-fertile tree as long as you maintain at least 2 varieties that survive on the multi-graft. So I basically dug out the pluot. Wow, this thing's heavy. And I ended up filling this pit with just dead leaves and just letting it compost over probably half a year. And so then I just dug out a bunch of compost that was already broken down. And so it's here, got the, whoops, accidentally hit the stop button. So then here's the gopher cage, which is key for all my plantings now. When I originally started all my plantings here, I mean, I bought a host of trees that I put in, and one by one, they all started dying, or they all died. And it really bummed me out, and it just put a pause in all my interest in growing. And then only recently, I just started my hand at it again, and what I've been doing is putting all my new trees with gopher cages. Okay, so this pear tree, the 2 new mango trees, the new orange tree, the Satsuma mandarin and my baby Wertz avocado way in the corner over there, they're all in gopher cages. Okay, and then another key thing is I learned subsequently to use the correct soil. So all my new plantings get a mixture of native soil, peat moss, and DG, which is decomposed granite. Every once in a while, I keep wanting to call it degenerative granite. Shout out to Graftman, the Graftman, who I listen to, and he's a big proponent and big fan of the DG, which he learned from Gary Matsuoka, who I also buy a lot of his top pot. All my new container plants, I've got a new tangerine tree. I forgot what variety it was. Dwarf Algerian tangerine. Okay, and I swapped out the soil of my fig trees and my blueberry plants and my blackberry. So all my container plants now, including the Red Baron peach that I just picked up, which wasn't in the last update. Everything here that you see, the carambola, starfruit tree, this is a Shinseki Asian pear to help pollinate this hood pear. I mean, they don't need to pollinate each other, but if you have two pear trees, you get a better fruit set and get a better number or amount of fruit in the end. And so, yeah, and also the cherimoya. I repotted this dragon fruit cutting that I rooted, the citrus, the Meyer lemon, the Bear's lime, which is around the corner you won't see, the Malaysian guava. They are all in permanent potting soil. They're either in top pot, Gary's top pot, or I made my own mixture of DG, peat moss, perlite, lava rock. So the containers that I made, the container mixes I made myself, those are the components. The other ones I used Gary Matsuoka's top pot. So they are all in the correct soil. And so I'm going to be filling this up with the mixture of the DG, peat moss, and native soil. Pop the multi-grafted pluot in here, and then put all this compost that has broken down around it as a top dressing. And mulch. And so that's what we're going to do later this afternoon after the tree's been soaking for a while and getting rehydrated. And we'll be back when I decide to put it in. All right, we're back and ready to plant. I've got the gopher cage in, got my buddy Tony here. We're gonna go swimming actually, but he's going to help me steady the tree as I fill it in. I've already begun filling the bottom in with this good soil. And now we're going to add mycorrhiza inoculant to the bare roots of the tree.
It's Tony with Bautista Vids.
All right, Tony Bautista Vids. I'll put a link to his videos. He does fishing videos. He does pellet gun videos. Yeah. He now fixes e-bikes.
I've eased up
He's
on
got
the
an e-bike.
I've eased up on the 4K nose picking videos. You know what? I wonder if YouTube's gonna ever cap off for so many people uploading all this craziness on YouTube. You know?
They don't care.
You think they're gonna run out of cloud storage? Like Google, right? They had unlimited photos, and then they canceled it.
Are we turning into the YouTube cloud storage video? I don't know, man. Put your answers to his questions in the comments if you like. So anyways, got the bare root. I have another bag of this. I'm just going to dump the rest of this.
And what you think the plant is? This is a grafted plant?
This is a quadruple grafted pluot. It's got 4 different varieties of plum, apricot,
that's cool. That's
hybrids.
Pretty cool. That's gonna be cool, dude.
You don't have to ham it up. My views, I only get like maybe 10 views on my videos.
If this one yields and produces one plant.
Yeah. Me putting in a bare root tree, that's gonna yield. This is actually more for my videos are for my own entertainment purposes. That let me know what I've been doing and stuff like that. It's not like I ever planned to make a real YouTube channel out of anything. All right, that's plenty of mycorrhiza. I used the last of this bag. So we're going to position this baby nice and straight. Make sure we got the line up this with the soil level, because that's where you want the soil to.
Does it matter the direction for the sun right now and all that stuff?
It does. Actually, they tell you when you do a grafted tree, you want to have the grafted section pointing away from the sun.
Which is okay.
And I don't really know if I can. All right, this has got to be the rootstock. This is the graft. There's no really discernible cut, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay, okay.
So for my purposes, actually, I'm going to get scissors and cut that thing off. We'll be right back, folks. And there we are, finished product in the ground. The cage is a little high, but that's all right, as long as it can fit the root ball and the base of the trunk is at the correct level with the soil level. And so I will finish topping this off with mulch and all that, but we're gonna go swimming, right?
Let's do it. We're gonna check it out.
All right, everybody, have a nice day. Zen and
Bautista Vids.
Bautista Vids out.